I told my husband his affair child isn't welcome in our home, and if he wants custody, he needs to move out. My husband and I have been married for 9 years, and I thought everything was fine until 2021 when we got served with legal papers. Some woman was suing him for child support. Turns out my husband had an affair right after we got married, and there was a kid. A whole kid that I knew nothing about for years. I was ready to leave him right then and there, pack my bags, and never look back. But he begged me to go to marriage counseling. We went to therapy for months, and I finally agreed to stay, but only if he met my conditions. First, he had to get a second job so his child support payments wouldn't come out of our household money. I wasn't about to pay for his mistake. Second, I never wanted anything to do with this kid. If he wanted to be in their life, fine, but I wanted zero involvement. He agreed to everything. So for the past 3 years, he's been working 2 part-time retail jobs that add up to about 40 or 50 hours a week. And he sees his kid maybe once or twice a month with a social worker there because he only has supervised visitation. It was working. We had our life back on track. Then last week, he came home looking all nervous and said we needed to talk. He sat me down and told me there was some drama with his baby mama. Apparently, she has to turn herself into jail in May, and she's going to be locked up for 8 months. I just stared at him, waiting for the part where this became my problem. That's when he dropped it on me. He said he needed to take custody of his kid while she's in prison. Otherwise, the kid would have to move across the country to live with grandparents, change schools, leave all their friends. I got up without saying a word and walked out of the house. I drove to the grocery store on the corner and grabbed one of those apartment guide magazines from the stand, drove back home and handed it to him. He looked at the magazine, then looked at me. "Are you serious right now?" he asked. I told him I meant what I said 3 years ago. His kid is not welcome in my home, period. He started going on about how this was different because of the circumstances, how his kid didn't ask for any of this and shouldn't have to move away from everything they know, how I was being unreasonable. I cut him off and said I don't care about the circumstances. This is not my child. This is not my responsibility. If he wants to take custody, I'll give him a divorce. No fighting, no drama. But that kid is not living under my roof. He said I was being cruel and heartless, that I was punishing an innocent kid for his mistakes. I told him he's right. I am punishing him for his mistakes. He made this mess when he cheated on me. Now he gets to deal with it. Then he tried a different angle. He said we could set up the spare bedroom for the kid, that I'd barely even notice they were there. He'd handle all the parenting stuff. I wouldn't have to do anything. I laughed and said, "You really think that's how it works? You think I'm gonna live in a house with a constant reminder of your affair? Cook dinners while your affair child sits at my table? No, absolutely not. He's been sleeping on the couch for a week now. His family keeps calling me saying I'm being horrible and that this poor kid needs a stable home. They say 8 months isn't that long and I should just deal with it. But here's the thing, I don't have to deal with anything. I told my husband from the beginning what my boundaries were. He agreed to them. Now he wants to change the rules and I'm supposed to just go along with it. I already went through hell when I found out about this affair. I stayed and worked through it. That was my compromise. His mother even called me yesterday crying about how I'm tearing the family apart. I told her that her son tore this family apart when he cheated on me and created a whole other child. This is his mess to clean up, not mine. If he wants custody, he can file for divorce and find his own place. My husband keeps asking me to file for divorce if that's what I really want, but I'm not doing that either. He created this situation. He can handle all the paperwork and lawyer fees. I'm not wasting my time or money fixing his problems. The kid's mom goes to jail next month, and he still hasn't made a decision.